You are listening to another edition of Real Life and Real Rides, a presentation of Hully Gully, the ultimate toy and boat store in London. My name's Derek Cummings, and thank you for joining us today. Joining me in the studio is the president and CEO of the London Children's Health Foundation. It's Scott Fortnum. Welcome, Scott.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. Now, just in case you didn't know, the London Children's Health Foundation had over 200,000 visits last year, including over 1,000 babies in intensive care. It's absolutely incredible. Tell us exactly what is all the work that you do there at the...
Well, Children's Hospital is one of 4 children's hospitals in the province. So for not only the local care for kids, but some of the sickest children in the province, they're going to one of 4 places. And London Children's is one of those 4. So, and babies, thousands, 6,000 births each year. 1,000 of those kids will end up in the neonatal intensive care unit, the NICU, which we, Children's Health Foundation, of course, supports significantly. Our pediatric emergency, tens of thousands of visits, more than 100 kids a day, 150 kids a day. And that facility, again, thanks to the support of the community through Children's Health Foundation, was able to expand a couple of years ago, 50% increase in space and capability. So it's made a huge difference. So when we're in London, we just take for granted the Children's Hospital is here, but we serve kids from all over. We have kids coming down from northwestern Ontario, from Thunder Bay, from Windsor, Sarnia, Chatham, Kitchener-Waterloo.
Well, when you think about
Cambridge.
those numbers, like I just started out, 200,000 visits. I mean, that's incredible when you think about it.
It's a lot. It's an awful lot. And that represents, I think it's about 60,000 kids, individual children who are coming through those doors.
It really makes you feel grateful when you have a family. I have 8 grandchildren, and and thank goodness they're all very healthy and they're all doing fine. But that's the thing, we take it for granted. We have healthy kids at home, and we don't think about what else is going on out there, and especially with those kind of numbers.
Well, we've got children who they spend months in the hospital, sometimes more than a year in the hospital. We have kids who are coming in every week. We have family from Windsor, one I know for sure. They're down to London every 2 weeks, and they're having to come in for a day for treatment every single month. They're there twice a month. It's
hard on the
incredible.
families, isn't it? Very, very, very hard.
Yeah, and you know what? When we look at kids, Derek, if you or I go to the hospital, we go to the hospital.
Right.
If a child goes to the hospital, the family's there. The family has to be there. It impacts everybody. It impacts the siblings. It impacts the parents, the grandparents, whoever else is involved. And you've heard some of the stories here, and when we've talked about it at Fall Color Ride, and the programs that make a difference for those kids are things like Child Life, the Child Life program.
Yeah.
Things like Ollie, the therapeutic clown. Everybody talks about Ollie. The music therapy program, the art therapy program. None of these things are medically necessary. They're not supported by the government. But those are the things that make a difference for the kids and their families going through.
Wow, that's absolutely amazing. You rely heavily on donations and sponsors for all of the great things that you do. Yeah. Dream Lottery is one of the biggest events. How did that go this year?
Dream Lottery is doing very, very well. We just closed off the spring lottery, and the winner took the money. There were 2 beautiful homes, but they ended up taking the $1 million cash.
Nice.
And we had a 50-50 winner of more than 556,000. I think it.
Wow.
I think it was.
I did buy my ticket this year. I have to tell you, well, I spent my $100. I got my several tickets that I got. I didn't win. We'll talk about that later.
Well, you know what's cool? This is the 30th anniversary of Dream Lottery.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Yeah,
and we're going to get to that in just a second. I want to get to that in just a second. I mentioned I didn't win, but with some of these events, we have to remember that the prizes that are involved, there are no losers.
No.
Because all of that money, my donation, it's not lost. I did not waste that money. It went to a terrific cause. And all of the things that you just mentioned, all of those kids.
Those dollars make a difference. And for Dream Lottery, I hope you're a member. Then you'll never miss a draw, and you'll never miss out.
My wife gets the messages all the time. Beautiful. She keeps saying, "Oh, look, they're on the phone again," which is great. Because we love it. So speaking of the events and partners, Hully Gully and the Collins family have been partnered now with the London Children's Health Foundation 30 years. We were just talking about that as you came in with Hully Gully and the Fall Color Ride. Of course, now we call it the Randy Collins Memorial Fall Color Ride. Unfortunately, we lost Randy just a few years back. What can you tell us about the relationship, and what are some of your fondest memories about the past 30 years and that relationship?
Geez. I mean, such a great event, and I've ridden in most of them over the last decade.
That's right. You ride a bike.
Yeah,
good.
so it's been very cool, and geez, you know, you talk about Randy, and I remember him standing there with Dr. Barry Good, our mascot, when we're all getting ready to take off, and just the commitment that he and the entire Hully Gully family have to children. It's just it's incredible, and the support that comes from that event. It's a lot of fun, and you know, you get we've had some of our patient ambassadors telling our stories, and you know, there might be a few guys in that crowd who are pretty tough guys, and there's not a dry eye in the room.
That's right.
When our kids talk, nobody wants to see a child in pain. Nobody wants to see a child suffer. Nobody wants to see a child need hospitalization. So anything we can do to make it better, that's great. And 30 years of the Randy Collins Memorial Fall Color Ride now. Miss him, but those 30 years, that's been a lot of support, and that money has made a big difference.
I remember some of the rides earlier on. Back in my days working for some of the local radio stations, RC came in to actually record some Hully Gully commercials. And we had a chat. He invited me out on one of the Fall Color rides. I didn't have a motorcycle at the time, but he fixed me up with something.
I was going to say, you might know a guy.
Chuck took care of me, and Randy took care of me, and off I went on that ride. And I have to tell you, I can't remember, 2001, 2002. It was a while back now, but I was blown away by the turnout and the support. I think we had close to 400 riders came out that year. And they actually separated the sport bikes from the cruisers. They had two separate routes. There were that many bikes. Hopefully that happens again this year. That will be amazing to see. This year's event is coming up in September. I'm going to give more details on the specifics here in a few minutes, but who can we expect to see at this year's event, knowing that you always bring some of the former patients and their families to share those experiences? Do we know who's coming?
We don't yet. We celebrated our patient ambassadors a couple of weeks ago at the factory. We had a party for them.
Oh, nice.
For the kids and the family. We have about 140 patient family ambassadors, and these are kids with all different stories and different experiences. So we try to mix it up. We've had we've had NICU baby families talk. We've had children who've dealt with our mental health program at the hospital. Children who have benefited from the surgical program, cardiac patients. We've run the full gamut. So who it's going to be, it's too early to tell, but I guarantee that it will be a powerful story, because the stuff that these families and our kids deal with, they're truly champions.
We've had I've been part of some of the presentations here at Hully Gully. We set up a little stage and things, and these families get to address the riders after the ride. We do feed you, by the way, when you come back, which is nice. But you get to hear these stories, and you're right. There's not a dry eye in the house. Some of these stories really tug at the heartstrings, but. We're not begging for donations here, but I tell you, your money does go to a fantastic cause. And, and I really encourage the people that come out for the ride to stick around and hear these stories.
They're incredibly powerful. And remember, each story we hear, that's one story.
Yes.
And there's thousands, as you mentioned, thousands of kids.
200,000 last year. Even this year, to be precise.
It's just amazing. And we want people to support, absolutely, because those dollars, I can guarantee the impact those dollars have.
Yeah.
They make a difference in a child's life, life-changing, life-saving. That's where the money goes.
Perfect. I understand Dr. Barry Good will be back again.
I sure hope so.
He got along great with the Hully Gully Bear last visit. Maybe they can have another chat again like they did last year. That would be good.
There was some good video there. Unfortunately, Dr. Barry Good doesn't talk a lot. So
very quiet. Yeah, the Hully Gully Bear got all of the attention last year.
He did a good job.
Yeah, but Dr. Barry Good always full of fun. The kids love him.
Yeah, he is.
And Hully Gully Bear is a little stiff. He doesn't hug as much, but Dr. Barry Good's here to supply the hugs.
Head of hugs and high fives. He's our man.
That's exactly right. Scott Fortnum is the president and CEO of the London Children's Health Foundation. He's my guest here today. We're very excited to be celebrating 30 years with them this fall as Hully Gully celebrates their 55 years in business. 55, where did the time go, Scott?
Just like that.
It's amazing. Now, when you started this 30 years ago, what were you, 12?
I wasn't around then, but well, I mean, I was around. I wasn't here when this when actually funny thing, when this started, I was writing the hospital foundation down in Chatham. So
wow, okay,
almost.
There we go. So I did mention I'm going to give some specifics on the fall color ride this year. So it does come up. Let me get my specs on here so I can read this. It's my old man glasses now. Speaking of 30 years and a long time. It is the 30th annual Fall Color Ride taking place right here at Hully Gully, your ultimate toy store, Warncliffe and Wonderland in London. $30 minimum pledge. So if you are a rider, you can check in. You can actually sign up ahead of time online through hullygully.com. Our goal this year is to hit $830,000 lifetime donations to the cause. That's a lot of money.
It's real money, absolutely.
That's good. And it goes to all of the wonderful things that you heard Scott talk about earlier. Saturday, September 26th is the date. Rain or shine. All of the events and everything will start at 10 o'clock in the morning. You can kind of come in and sign up at 10. The ride will start at 11 o'clock, rain or shine. So if the weather does kind of give us a curveball, don't worry about it. Please come on out. And even if you don't like riding in the rain, please come by, stop by the store. There's going to be so many things. Prizes for top pledges. We'll have a silent auction full of great items. And Audrey Collins, Randy's wife, I have to tell you, her and her sisters do an incredible job of baking. And if you want some of the best treats you're going to find anywhere, come and put a toonie down, a couple of bucks, whatever you can afford to help donate, and you won't be disappointed there. Lunch is going to be provided by Harvest Hands, which again, Collins family tie-in there. Jim Collins runs that organization down in St. Thomas, and they do another wonderful job feeding people that are having difficulties in the area. Some great grand prizes this year. The top fundraiser, so listen up, folks, will win tickets for two anywhere that WestJet flies.
Fantastic.
How's that? Just being able to go and book your trip.
I learned that they're going to Europe and Asia now.
Yes, they are.
It's not just North America.
Yeah, so if you want to go over to Europe, see whoever wins the World Cup this year, we'll have to see what happens. Maybe you can go to the winning country and celebrate with them, and maybe that's your team. Who knows? We still got a lot of football left, Mike. Anyway, it is the 30th annual Fall Color Ride. Scott Fortnum, the president, CEO of the London Children's Health Foundation. Thank you so much for being here today.
Great to be here. And just a quick plug too. All those pledges, all those donations, you do get a tax receipt for those. That's considered a charitable donation. Yep. So the cost is even less.
Excellent. You have been listening to Real Life and Real Rides. It's a presentation of Hully Gully, the ultimate toy and boat store here in London. Check us out at hullygully.com or on our YouTube channel or on Instagram. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. Thanks again, Scott.
Fantastic.